Hello Rocket Troops and welcome back to the HQ Admin Shade here, and today people, I have an amazing battle against Chris Young 708 from the stream. Chris, say hello to the people.
Hey, how you doing?
So basically we had this OU battle here, and it was a very close battle that I had with Chris. He has a really awesome team that I thought maybe we should both talk about our teams just to give everybody an idea. Both of our teams are just kind of thrown together, but Chris, you can talk about your team first.
All right. I'll have to say the biggest part of my team was the Vivillon. If I didn't have that, it would have been a way bigger loss than just a 1-0. And Vivillon was a really key point, honestly. If I didn't have that, I would have been struck by your Darmanitan. And Breloom, he is actually really useful with his 5 weaknesses, but he has sub, and he's relatively fast, and he'll have Swords Dance, and if you give him leftovers, you can definitely regain your HP back with Mach Punch also.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really deadly combination. And like you said, your Vivillon was very influential in this battle, especially because I saw, and I'm sure you saw too, that Darmanitan was going to be one of the main threats for your team. So I actually did not assess that well, and I don't see Vivillon that much, but I should have known that it was Focus Sash, especially because you led with it. But without further ado, let me just talk about my team. We'll just jump into the battle. Right. So, like I said before, I knew that the Darmanitan was going to be very influential because you have the Breloom, the Aegis Slash, the Scizor, and also the Vivillon, all weak to fire. I knew that Darmanitan could just tear through the team if I was able to set up correctly, which I actually wasn't able to do, which is kind of unfortunate. A couple other members of my team that are going to be sort of helpful in this battle would definitely be Melodic. As long as I can kind of dance around that Breloom, there are a couple members of your team that don't want to take Scald Burns. The Aegis Slash would be an example, and so would the Scizor. So a couple of members of your team don't want to take that, and there's actually not that much on my team that is that great against your team other than Darmanitan. So I think we had a decently even matchup despite your fire weakness and also a couple of the dark members of your team as well. So without further ado, we can just jump into the battle and start this dual commentary.
Alright, sound good.
Chris, again, thank you so much for this battle. I had a whole lot of fun. This is the closest battle I had during the entire stream, so thank you for joining me today.
It's all good. It was probably one of my best battles.
So here you lead off with the Vivillon, and I lead off with the Darmanitan, because I'm like, he's probably going to lead with the Vivillon. I forgot that you were Focus Sashed, so I just go ahead, and I'm just going to try to tear through this team. It was kind of selfish of me to do, but you do get the Focus Sash here, and I'm like, I'm about to go take a nap. Definitely.
Sashes help so much. I don't know who created it in Game Freak, but whoever it is, I love them.
Yeah, it definitely does help there, and I know that as soon as I'm asleep, you're going to set up. So the best thing I can probably do is just switch into something that can either take... I think these things got Hurricane. I wasn't sure, though, but I knew you'd set up this turn, probably with a Quiver Dance. So I decided to switch in Hollow here, which is my Dusclops. So I could probably just Nightshade and I'd be okay. And you go for the Hurricane here, and it does a ton of damage, like more than I'm comfortable with by a lot. It does get a crit, though.
Yeah. I just needed the confusion hacks because I saw your setup on a couple of battles before, and I saw that you had a Curse, Nightshade. I believe you had Toxic or Will-O-Wisp. Am I right?
Yeah, I have Toxic and Pain Split.
Oh yeah, Pain Split. I didn't see Pain Split a lot in your stream though, so I completely forgot about that, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, and you actually you take the Vivillon out here, which is a smart play because you can save it for fodder later, and or put something back to sleep, which you actually I think end up doing. But you go for the Sword Stance here with Aegis Slash because you know I can't really touch you. I'm confused with Dusclops, so I'm not in a good place right now at all. And I decided to Curse, simply because I don't mind losing a lot of health, and if I can try to whittle this Aegis Slash down, it's definitely worth it to me. But it was a good switch into Aegis Slash, by the way.
I honestly thought Aegis Slash would have been a more key benefit considering your Latios. I had to get it out of there because I know Latios is a threat most of the time. So I tried to save Aegis Slash, but I didn't want to lose all of my boosts that I got with Swords Dance, so it was either a make or break situation.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a good idea too. I mean, with the kind of curse and damage I was able to get off, it might have been your best option actually to stay in. And you go for the Shadow Sneak here whenever I switch in Rose Rage. My only reason for switching in is because I did have the Hidden Power Fire. So I was able to take it out there. I knew that if Darmanitan got sacked in this battle that Roserade would probably help me out with that Hidden Power Fire, but I think that backfires on me as well because you have this beautiful Scizor here, and it's about to just run train on my team.
Yeah, I was surprised at Scizor's benefit on this team. I didn't see it as Much, because as you know, I don't carry a bug type move surprisingly on Scizor. I used to though.
Yeah, interesting enough, you bullet punch here and kill my Rosa Rage. Um, but actually, you carry acrobatics, which is an interesting move. Obviously, it gets the technician boost, like you said earlier. But that's actually a really interesting idea for fighting types and stuff like that. I'm sure that takes a lot of people off guard, especially with like Conch Elder switch-ins maybe. But here you just set up, because my Darmanitan's still taking a nap, so that's bad news for me, honestly.
I needed that thing to be asleep. Oh my gosh, that was fighting on that.
Yeah, and then here, this is where I found out you have acrobatics, and I was just stunned. I was like, you have acrobatics and not... I definitely thought you'd bullet punch. I'm not sure if it would kill or not, though. So I switch in Missy, which is my melodic, just because I know that it can take some hits, even from a boosted Scizor. And here I'm just praying for a burn, which I get from the Scald. So that was really lucky. But you just keep setting up. You just keep getting powerful over there, lifting weights. And I'm just getting more and more scared of the Scizor, because I've been swept 6-0'd by Scizor before.
Really?
Oh, definitely.
Dang.
That was the misclick. I go for the toxic on the Scizor, and that's just
That didn't matter, honestly.
that is not where I wanted to be. I meant to go for another Scald, but it's okay. I'm still hanging in there by a little bit, and I'm just keep going for Scalds here.
I don't really remember why I did this, though. I kept using Roost. I would get like 4 HP back, but honestly, after the crit that you got, I didn't really... I looked back on it, I was like, why did I do that? I should have just gone for Bullet Punch.
Sense. Yeah, you could have. It wasn't a horrible idea to keep going for this, though, because honestly, maybe it would make more sense if my melodic was statused, but from where we are right now, I am going to keep doing that. But this is probably the stalliest part of our battle, but I mean, it wasn't a bad plan.
I only did it twice. And then I did Bullet Punch, because I'm like, alright, there's just no way he can survive.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to switch him out, because he would lose his 4 times Swords Dance, which he gained, and his... burn would have killed him off instantly. Like if I switched out and switched back in, he would have had been at -2, right? -2 burn.
Yeah.
I mean attack.
Yeah, and that's hard too, especially because you don't want to lose those kind of stat boosts, but at the same time you think like, what can I get from it? It's actually kind of a sticky situation. But here you go for the sub on Breloom. I actually, I'm willing to sack my melodic at this point because I don't see that much more use for it in the battle, to be honest. But you actually go for the sub, so I just go ahead and I get a recover off, and I just get it out of there as soon as I can. And you're trying to set up with Breloom now, so...
And this is like... Latias is so crazy sometimes. Even when you go against like Rayquaza or Palkia, I believe, yeah, Palkia. Like, oh my gosh, it can definitely truck, and especially since it's going to get a Mega Evolution, like it's already been confirmed, but it's not official in the game. It's just, oh my gosh, I can already imagine Latias when he gets it.
Yeah, I mean, I fought one before because people are able to get it through Power Save. It's decently powerful. But yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. You do have members on your team, though, that are able to take, because I'm going to go for Psyshock here, definitely. That's how I broke your sub in the first place. And you actually made the great switch of going down to Drapion here, knowing that I was going to do that. So I have no choice here but to get out, because I think... Do you have Night Slash on this thing?
Yes, or I have Night Slash Razor Claw. So,
yeah.
And it has Sniper, so it's, like, its critical hit ratio is crazy.
Yeah, and that's definitely what I was afraid of. I was afraid of the Night Slash, because every one of these Drapions I fought always have that. So I go ahead and make the safe switch into Silva, which is my Hitmonchan, to try to get some drain punches off. But I knew you were definitely going to whittle me down with this poison, so that was actually not that great of a situation.
Yeah.
And you actually have the poison jab here, which is interesting. How much use do you get with this Drapion from like fairy types? Does this thing deal fairy types pretty well?
I'd have to say, well, I faced a lot last month. I used this thing on one of my dedicated teams, and honestly, poison jab really wrecked a lot of fairy types. And if like I faced Klefki or something, I would use Night Slash with double Swords Dance.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Drapion's a good Pokemon.
Yeah, I'd have to look more into it because I don't know enough about it, but you definitely played really well there. I got the crit with the Drain Punch, which is sort of unfortunate. Yeah, I think you would have been able to live otherwise. But here you go ahead and switch in the Breloom. At this point, this is kind of how I knew that you had the Mach Punch, so you go ahead and just smack me with that really quick, and that's a dead Hitmonchan. So Hitmonchan I think is either UU or RU. I brought Hitmonchan because I think it's like a it's like a baby version of Conch Elder, kind of, since it has Iron Fist, but I also have the Rapid Spin on it. So I had multiple, I didn't realize it until actually just now, but I had this defogging Latias and also rapid spinning Hitmonchan, so
Yeah,
I didn't
defog you
realize
can
it.
see a lot now.
Yeah, definitely.
Because of Gen 4, in Gen 4 it was only an HM move that really had no use besides to clear the fog so you could see. But now because of Stealth Rock and Spikes and Poison Spikes, it's becoming a really good use, honestly, and it's really unexpected because you don't see defog a lot. Most people forgot it was a move.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, rapid spin is, I think defog is definitely getting more use because people are learning that you can use it on other pokes that are kind of unexpected, like I have mine on Latias. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of Pokemon you can get it on, a lot of unexpected. So I knew like Dragonite can learn it and a bunch of other pokes.
Yeah.
But right there, I went ahead and just went for a Scald so I can get that Crocodile out of there. And here you switch in Vivillon. So this is kind of where it was a make or break situation. Tell me
This is
about
my last situation, yeah. Like, this was my last strategy, and if this failed, then I lost. I knew it.
Yeah, and you actually put my Melodic to sleep, and I knew, I'm like, this is make or break. Like, this is where the battle got really intense. And you start setting up again, and I'm like, I can't die. I just can't. So I'm just taking a nap over here yet again with another poke. And you go for the Hurricane and miss.
Yeah, and then you wake up, you get the Scald, and oh my god, that was so unfortunate. And after that, I was just like, yeah, I'm done. I might as well just try to get as much damage as possible.
Yeah, great move though. I mean, there wasn't a better play you could make in my opinion. Just trying to set up in that kind of situation was the best thing you could do. Especially if you were able to get Quiver Dances off and kill Melodic, then there'd be nothing I could do with Latias, and you'd one-shot me with, do you have Bug Buzz or something like that?
Yes, I have Hurricane, Bug Buzz, Quiver Dance, and Sleep Powder with Compromise.
Yeah, you'd definitely be able to take me out with Bug Buzz, so that was a
Quiver
great
Dance,
play.
I had to get the boosted speed just so I could outspeed your Latias if the strategy worked, but of course it didn't.
It was very close though, definitely really close. Here I stayed in with my Melodic just because I didn't want you to go for the sub or anything like that. I wanted to try to stay in here and just let you take it out so that way I could bring out my Latias and just kind of finish this battle off. But that was a very, very close battle. That was the best battle I had in the stream. Yeah, absolutely. I had a great time. You just go for a Mach Punch for a little bit more damage. And of course I just go for the Psyshock, the obvious play there. And yeah, that was insanely close.
That was GG. But that was really, really intense, like you said, and it was just so close. Wow.
Yeah, awesome battle, Chris. Again, thank you so much. I had a whole lot of fun. I hope that you'll be able to come back to the stream. We'll be able to have more battles like this in the very near future. I know that you have a dedicated team, and I do too, so we're going to be facing off again. Maybe we can even do another dual commentary.
Yeah, I have 2 other Pokemon to start breeding, and then I'll have my complete dedicated team I told you earlier. But in case we do another dual commentary, I'm not going to say it over the YouTube video, just so it could be a surprise.
That's fair. That's definitely fair. And everybody else, if you want to get any kind of battles from Chris, Twitch name is ChrisYoung708. Please check him out. I'll also be linking, if you want me to, I'll link your YouTube channel, and we'll get that up there for people to watch. I know you say you don't have any Pokemon content, but might as well get some viewership. Why not? But yeah.
Only if you like Airsoft.
If you like Airsoft, please check out Chris. Okay, Chris, again, thank you so much for that battle. Everyone, thank you for watching. And this is Admin Shade and Chris Young signing off for Rocket HQ.
Bye!